I started my personal training studio about 5 years ago. Since then, it has grown quite a bit each year. Even in 2020, when we were forced to close for a few months, we still experienced growth. I believe we've stayed successful because our studio is private, clean, and higher end, at least when it comes to personal training. In the upcoming video, I'll be giving you a tour of our current Commence Fitness personal training studio. I say current because we're always looking for things to update, and we try to make at least 1 or 2 big improvements every year. It may seem like I'm trying to brag about how successful we are in the upcoming video, but I assure you that is not the case. I was a broke trainer, barely getting by for the first few years of my career. Part of that could be because I was juggling my last years of college with starting out as a trainer, but either way, I barely got by when I first started to train clients. Slowly but surely, I did start to book up over time, working in a facility owned by someone else. I also started to train clients outside of that facility on my own, under my own business. Over a few years, my own business became busy enough so that I could quit that other job and just work for myself. My business has evolved to the point where we now have 4 trainers working here at Commence Fitness, and we're likely to add a 5th one on soon. I'm telling you all of this because some of you watching this video now could do the exact same thing that I did. I've never had to take out any business loans. All I've had to do is make some improvements to my business year after year, and that brought me to where I am now. So hopefully the upcoming tour inspires some of you to keep working hard, to keep making improvements on your training game. And maybe it'll even inspire a few of you to open private facilities of your own. It's really not that expensive or hard, which we'll talk more about later. All it requires is some dedication and consistency. One last thing before we get into it, all I ask is that you consider liking the video and subscribing to the channel if you haven't done so already. This helps the channel to grow, and that allows us to keep making free content for all of you. Thanks for the support, everyone. I really appreciate it. Now let's jump right in. What's up, guys? This is Jeff from Sorta Healthy, and today I'm taking you on a tour of my studio, Commence Fitness. So Commence Fitness is a private personal training studio. We have 3 training rooms, which I'm about to take you through, and that's really cool because it allows us to do 3 personal training sessions at once. And this first little area here is really just kind of a waiting room area. So when we have multiple sessions back to back, clients can just kind of relax here, wait until it's their turn to work out. And we actually had this wall painted by a local artist. And since you guys are probably watching me on YouTube right now, this is usually where I sit for all the videos. Probably recognize this little spot right here. So yeah, now we'll check out our cardio area up here next. So the way our sessions work here at Commence Fitness, the sessions themselves are 45 minutes long, and then after that we set clients up with cardio. Now, I had done a studio tour video about a year ago, I think even a little bit longer than a year ago, and we did not have this stair stepper last time I did a tour of the facility. So this has been a really nice little addition. Some clients love it, some clients hate it for sure, but it's good to have it. So now we have these 4 main pieces of cardio equipment. The cool thing is that I was able to buy pretty much all of these pieces of cardio equipment actually used. So, you know, they're commercial grade, so they weren't super cheap, but they also don't break the bank because I was able to buy them secondhand. So just kind of goes to show that you don't necessarily have to spend a fortune to start up a small studio like this one. Anyway, got off on a little tangent there, but yeah, our sessions are 45 minutes long. We have clients do some cardio afterwards, usually about 15 minutes, sometimes longer than that. It depends on the client's goals. And we have these 2 TVs right back over here, so clients can watch Netflix, Amazon Prime, whatever that thing is. They can watch basic cable, a whole bunch of other things while they're doing their cardio. Most people kind of just play around on their phones, but hey, whatever works. Right over here, this thing has been a game changer for us because it just allows us a lot more storage. On this side, we just kind of store all kinds of random stuff, which has been super helpful. When you run a small facility like this, and we have 4 trainers that work here, you need all the space you can get. So we kind of just stack everything up high. On this other side, probably a little bit messy right now. Yeah, this is a little dirty looking, but we got 2 fridges, a microwave, and a coffee maker, all of which are essential to keeping this business running. All right, so now we're just gonna head right over to our first training room here. And like I said, we have 3 different training rooms. So in this first one, we have a squat rack, barbell, dumbbells, we have battle ropes down there, cable machine, TRX suspension trainer, bunch of random gizmos, gadgets, mini bands, kettlebells, you know, list goes on. Whole bunch of different massage therapy devices that sometimes will kind of bust out towards the end of a session. A lot of this stuff we kind of accumulated over a period of time. So when we first opened this place, it was pretty much the bare minimum amount of equipment. We had some dumbbells, some bands, a really crappy cable machine. This one's a lot better than our initial one. And yeah, we started really bare bones, and we've kind of just been adding every year that we've been in business here. So again, if you're looking to start a studio up like this one, you don't necessarily have to be wealthy coming into it. So now we're just gonna walk right over this way to the second room. So we have these dividers between the rooms here, and essentially all they are shelves from IKEA. It's cool because they do work as room dividers, but obviously we can store stuff on them as well. We got a defibrillator. Never had to use that thing. Hopefully we never have to. On this side, instead of the cable machine, we have 2 cardio pieces. We've got the rowing machine, we've got the Airdyne bike, and these 2 we do like to use quite a bit within the sessions themselves. More so the rower, because people just hate the Airdyne bike, so honestly we don't really use it that much. We use it more for initial assessments and things like that. We also have these crossover symmetry bands, which if you guys watching aren't familiar with crossover symmetry bands, they're really good. I actually really like these a lot. And other than that, this side is very similar to the first side. Again, we still have the squat rack, we got dumbbells, battle rope, random stuff all around. We've also got over in this corner, which is still kind of part of the second room, got a water cooler, step-up box, stability ball, a few other gizmos and gadgets, the trap bar, which we use the trap bar quite a bit for deadlifts and things like that. Oh yeah, also the wall of bands back there. But again, as you can see, like this is a relatively small studio space, and yeah, it works perfect for a small handful of trainers all working together. All right, so now we're gonna head to the third training room, and this is the smallest one. And I'm not gonna lie, this one is kind of still a work in progress. We've changed it a lot over the past few years. So yeah, we'll just head right back here. Now, unlike the other 2 training rooms, which we could do small group training sessions in those because they're slightly bigger, in this room, we pretty much only do one-on-one training. So, basically, we've got a cable machine, which it's pretty similar to the one outside. It's obviously, it looks a little bit different, but it pretty much has all the same functionality. It's cool because you can pull from high, you can pull from mid, you can pull from low, and you don't have to adjust anything. We actually have crossover bands back here as well, literally just attached to the cable machine. Again, you can do a lot of cool moves with those. And we also have some battle ropes down there, which works out pretty well. That one has like a special sleeve on it so it doesn't mess up the flooring in here. We've got some dumbbells, stability ball, a bunch of random things. And this wall is interesting. There's a bunch of sound panels on this wall right here. And that's because at some point I want to start shooting video back here as well. For right now, again, as you guys know, I kind of shoot all my videos in the front part of the studio, but at some point I want to also make some back here. So starting to try to soundproof this room a little bit. It's a work in progress. We have a massage table right here. So we still do massage therapy in this studio. So we'll unfold that table, we'll dim the lights, and this whole room will look pretty different if we're doing a massage. We don't do that as much these days just because we're so booked up with training that we don't really have a whole lot of time to do massage therapy, but we are looking to bring on another massage therapist at some point, so hopefully we can get that back into the mix. We also have some of our diplomas on this back wall, just so our clients can see how smart we all are. Definitely looking to add some more to that always, but yeah, that's pretty much it for this third training room, this back room. So we'll head right back up front. And over that way, there's just a bathroom. Nothing too cool or exciting over there. Again, we got the second training room. We got the first training room. and then we have this whole front area here. So it's a really small, private little facility, and it works great for us. The rent is cheap, our overhead expenses are very low, and we can train a whole bunch of clients here. Like I said, right now we have 4 trainers working, and most likely we'll bring a 5th trainer on in the next few months, probably maybe towards the end of the year. But yeah, we'll see what the future brings. So there we have it, everyone, a quick tour of my facility in 2022. I'll probably do a video like this one most years as we improve things, so make sure to stay tuned for that. Something I mentioned throughout the video today was overhead expenses. They're not as much as you'd think when you're running a small private studio in a moderately priced area. My studio is in a middle-class suburb in Connecticut. In this next slide, we'll show what our current monthly expenses look like. Rent and utilities cost about $1,700 a month. Scheduling software and other softwares necessary to run the studio cost about $150 a month, and then other random expenses cost about $400 a month. So total expenses for the studio right now are about $2,250 a month. I know that's certainly not nothing, but compared to most small businesses, that is a pretty small amount. When I first started my training studio, it was in my house, and my estimated studio costs to keep my training business running were about $300 to $400 a month. When I first opened this commercial location, all of my expenses to keep the studio running were about $1,800 to $1,900 a month. Currently, like I said before, our monthly expenses come out to about $2,250 a month. But as you can see, it was a somewhat gradual progression to get us there. And basically, we've just added additional things to our business as we've become more successful. All in all, I want there to be 2 takeaways from this video. 1, running a small private studio can be a great option for a trainer looking to take their career to the next level. 2, you don't have to be rich or go into debt to start one of these studios. Hopefully all of you take away some useful information from this video, and hopefully all of you enjoyed a tour of my facility. If you guys have any questions or comments, please make sure to leave those down below and I will respond to you. And if you haven't already, please consider liking the video and subscribing to the channel, because both of those things do help the channel to grow, and that does allow me to make more free content for all of you. Thanks for watching, everyone, and until next time, stay sort of healthy.